it up, you know, an eighth of an inch, and check the SWR, go up a little higher, whoop, too high, go back down again, until I find a spot, lock it in, and plug it in the radio, and just use 40 meters only, because they're, you know, like I say, they're real finicky to tune. And if you go too high up or too low down on the band, you got to retune the antenna again. If you tune it right for, say, the middle of the frequency, when you put it on the radio, you can use the tuner to, you know, to make the radio happy.
Used to your new radio there too, or new to you radio anyway. Can be playing with it a bit more, especially now that you got an antenna out there.
Point where I was going to put masking tapes over the buttons that I have to use and not the others. It's a big difference from the Alinco. The Alinco, you turned it on, you did a noise blanker and, you know, 2 other buttons, and it was done. That's all you had to do. But this one's got so many different. But I'll tell you a good one. I was out in the garage, and I was just using the vertical out in the driveway, and every time I put the microphone next to the radio, it would key up. What the heck is wrong with this thing? And I found out that I put the antenna down, and then the radio keyed up. I pulled it back, it quit, and I thought, what the heck? I was scratching my head for all afternoon trying to think of what the heck's wrong with this radio. And I was talking to Brian, and Brian says, check your Vox button. Push the Vox button, put it back over, it quit. I thought, oh, never would have thought of the Vox. Didn't even click in my head.
Look at it, the Vox. I have Vox on mine too, so that's, if it's doing something weird in the mic part of it, yeah, that's the first thing I'll look at. Make sure it didn't get bumped.
And a guy guaranteed me it worked perfect. I said, okay, you know, so I take it home and try it, play around with it. And, normally the microphone's not near the radio. I have the mic in my hand, and then when I'm done, I have a habit now of just letting the mic hang down. Because I had it one day, and I put it on the table, and I knocked it, and it came down banging on the floor. I thought, okay, I'm going to let it just hang from now on. But when I laid it beside it, and it did that. But, yeah, some of the buttons don't make a big, like the noise blanker on it. You see the picture of that radio. It's a big monster of a radio. It's a mobile radio. I looked it up, and I didn't believe it. And I thought, okay, because in the noise blanker, the number 1 is to take out engine noise. Number 2 is to... But, man, for mobile, that's... Whew. That thing, it looks like a mini suitcase.
Size is my 7, so I could imagine. I can't imagine using it as a mobile, but you could actually if you have a little bit of room. Consoles usually cause a little bit of area where you can put stuff on, so where you don't intrude in the other seat. But yeah, still has to be elevated though. So that's a thing back here.
The manual, they recommend that it bolt it down on the hump on the floor, and I kind of chuckled in the back of my head and said, what hump? I don't have a hump in the floor of my car. But these are cars from the 60s. Okay, long gone are those days. When you did have room, you almost had room for a television in there. You know, some of those cars. But anyway, I think I'll have lots of fun with it. I got it for a song and a dance. I traded off a couple of handhelds for it. The guy had acquired it from a guy who died. His wife gave it to him, and he said, I played with it for about 10 hours. He says, I couldn't work it right, and blah, blah, he was going on, and he said, I just want to get rid of it. Oh, I thought, well, how many $100 do you want for it? He says, you know what I want? I'm on a VHF radio. And I said, okay. So I had 2 VHFs, a UHF, and I went over to see him one day, and he said, I really like that FD60 of that. And that's my old one, the old one I've had for, forever. He said, I really like that radio. He said, that and that little scanner. He said, you give me those 2 items, and he said, the radio's yours. Well, I didn't even think about it. I was just about to rip my pants off getting the scanner off my hip. And then I give a charger for it. And so anyway, he was happy with the deal. I said, you sure now? You sure you don't want $50 or something, or 75 or something to go along with it? No. Hey, give me a day or two to play with it. If it doesn't work, can I come back and trade you back? Oh, yeah, no problem. But he said it will work. He said, I had a friend of mine look at it and tested it out. He said, it works wonderful.
Good, well, that's good. VE3UUU returning. Yeah, it's, every once in a while you gotta fall into the good deal, right? Back to you.
Sure. And I was talking to Brian this morning, and I was telling him, I said, there's some things I give away, and I'm kind of sorry I did it now. But sometimes you have something and you got it for nothing, and somebody says, boy, I could really use that in my shack, or my something or other blew up, or my antenna quit working, and you kind of just go, okay, you look into your pile of stuff you got and go, here's something that'll work for you, and you just give it to them. And like I got rid of my hand sticks, and now I wish I had the meter hand stick, because I know it works. Because that end fed went through 40. It's only, or through 80. I mean, it's only from 40 up to 10. VE3UUU, do you want to work you?
Bird here. No problem there. VE3UUU. Go ahead, Phil.
VE3UUU. Where you were trying, Joe. I was just chatting with my north and south colleague, and sitting around again to my router. There were issues tonight with echoing for. And, but anyway, so I thought, geez, rather than everything, it's so easy. You just click on Peanut, and here I am. Over and over.
Yeah, what mode are you coming in on? Are you coming in on Grandmeister, or why is that?
It's the, I almost think it's the star with Peanut. It's the XLX 302D. That's what I'm using right now.
Okay, that explains your audio then. Okay, you're coming in on Peanut? Okay. Go ahead, Bert. Was he a little gargly for you?
And you had a few words that sounded pretty good, and then all of a sudden, it would get kind of, hard to understand. You'd almost have to guess what he was saying, but yeah, I think I heard you saying he was on peanut. I've heard a lot of people not coming in too well on that. I don't know if that thing's perfected well enough yet, or if it just doesn't like Brandmeister. I don't know. Back to you, Wayne.
Which while we're talking, but anyway, I'm gonna put it back to you, Phil. Yeah, your audio's definitely a little wonky there, but I knew you were on something different than your normal transmission, so go ahead. K1RQ VE3WWM.
WWM. Here we go. What I'm going to do is, I'll cue us while I want to go in my man cave and I'll get my anytone and hotspot going and things better than this. But we had issues tonight with Stickley. It's all we'll play 7 3s for now, and then I'll be up in this E1C1J. I'll be clear here on XLX 302D.
Hey, Phil, 7-3, catch you in a few minutes or whenever you get here. VE3WWM. Go ahead.
He jumped in there and he started off really nice and clear when he first started talking to you. Then it just kind of went down a bit, it come back down a tiny bit, and it was more out than it was in. But oh yeah, there's lots of, I've heard lots of people, even on Brandmeister, they sound weird, some of them. There's one guy on there, I can't remember his call sign. He's got the squeakiest, high-pitched signal. It's not his voice, it's his signal. And you'd almost think he was talking on one of those George Jetson watch radios or something. It's so shrilly, it just about burns your ears. And I'm not sure if he's using, if he's on D-Star, Brandmeister or what. But next time he's in there, I'm going to jump in and ask him what he's doing, what he's using. But I don't know if anybody's ever told him. I have a bad habit, not a bad habit. I have a habit of just, if somebody doesn't sound right, I tell them right off the bat, and I don't hold nothing back. I mean, sometimes it's really helpful if they know.
Well, they don't know there's a problem until you tell them. I mean, that's the way I believe the same thing for somewhat sense of, like you guys have been telling me I've been loud for a long time, and I've asked other people, and I'm really not loud, and they say, well, you're the trouble as the guys you're talking. So, it's who you're talking to, and in a lot of cases, and how their radio is set up. I've asked everybody, and they say,
sure how to tweak this radio, but I've got it now, so my receive. I thought it was meant for headphones. It said ear max, the volume or something, ear volume max, and I thought it was for headphones, and I found out it's not. It's and I had it cranked up. It was up to 8, and I took it down. I think I'm on about a 2 now. And if I'm talking to someone like that is low, I'll turn my volume up almost max to listen to them. And if I set the radio down beside me on the table and nobody's on, and then somebody comes in that's loud. It's like VE3UUU. And it keeps them push your drum up. So I've learned when I put the video back down on the minimum. So if somebody IDs, I also have to say, well, I have my volume down. Say it again.